That's our problem. But we the millennial, they cannot really temper with our mind, because we know this thing before before they were trying to temper. She'll make mention of the story of Mungo Park, the fake story that Mungo Park was the one that created the river. And I asked myself, the river was existing. I normally ask the same question. The river was flowing, continue flowing, and people might have lived near the river, fishing from the river. How come Mungo Park is now all of a sudden coming from the sea of Portugal or wherever it comes from, and it now become the creator of the river?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The Mungo Park or whatever river that has been mentioned.
We are
understand. So these things get me worried. And the one that have been telling us from the Bible,
TikTok,
understand that this
Twitter,
and that, the fairy tales, the story upon story in the Bible.
YouTube and,
so
X.
how come about those stories? Because people actually pen down those things that we are now using it to control our mind.
You're welcome very much indeed. Thank you so
the
much.
pastor will tell you, don't protest. If you protest, this and this, be submissive to the oppressed, listening to your leader. The Bible said we should listen to our leader. But the same Bible did not tell us that the leader were not meant to steal our public funds. The Bible is only telling us to be submissive to our leader. And the pastor did not also gather all the leaders to preach for them, to stop stealing using the same Bible, to stop stealing our public fund and push us to perpetual penury. These things are all abracadabra. It is fake. And we don't want to listen to that. There was something I said yesterday that it could not hear me. It was regards to how people, what was that? I think it escaped my mind. I was asking you some question that how come you are all this civilized and you are patriotic, you are open to make contribution for your country to be progressing. Those were the things that I was asking you that the next now, and it boils down to my mind that the reason why you are doing what you are doing is that you are reading, you are aware of what is going on, and you want a better result for your country. And the last thing that was coming to my mind is that maybe if you check it very well, it will be difficult, it will be very hard before they see that you are corrupt, because it takes people that are not corrupt or people that are not ready to corrupt to do what we are doing. It takes that mind of not being corrupt for you to say, okay, he wants to become a good governance advocate, want to become an activist, right? But anybody that they are made up of his mind to steal from the country will not be able to do, some of these things we are pushing, right? Because we are doing it with a clear mind, with a clear conscience, that if you want to check some of our cupboard, you will not see anything that is being hiding. Understand? That's the reason why we do most of the things we are doing. And we must continue to push, because the country does not just function without people advocating for it, right? So we shouldn't allow the oppressed to to succumb us, just like what happened yesterday. We all watched what happened yesterday in Abuja, right? That the David Romai is owing this woman a sum of how many million naira, and the woman have actually worked for a period of 8 years, 12 years, right? And it got to a point that the woman needed to get the money from what she has labored for. The man refused to give the woman the money, and she was also allegedly sexually assault the woman, and the woman refused to succumb. Then what now happened? He used the state apparatus to continue to suppress the woman. Look at the few number of Nigerians that went there. God bless, continue to bless and keep our soul for us, right? He's be on his feet. He stood there. He said, after the judge signed that this woman should be released, and the prison, all of a sudden, he now discovered that the prison warrant now appeared. They want to take this man to the hospital. Who signed the detention warrant? Nobody signed it. The judge did not sign the detention warrant. And they forged the detention warrant. If you were to be in an ideal country today, those prison warrants would have been in prison for forging such a document. Although forging has become something like he has become like official in the country. Because if you looked at INEC now, if you looked at the result of this year now in INEC election, throughout the result that happened in Abuja, all the result was alteration upon alteration, alteration upon alteration. But we were growing up telling us that for you to alter an official document, it is a felony offense. But why is it that alteration has become normal? Even the judge, I remember the last election, they were presenting the alteration to the judge in the court, and the judge admitted that this result was not fault, guy. So where are we going to? In Nigeria, if a prison warrant can forge a detention warrant that the judge did not sign, and he came without detention warrant to go up to come and pick the woman from the hospital to take her to prison, it simply tell you how bad, understand, the situation is in our country. And if it's not those comrades, they were on their feet. Say, this woman, you can never. That's another thing. If you want to do activism, you have to be educated. We need education in these things we are doing, because an empty mind, an empty brain cannot do activism. If those comrades were not educated, you'll be able to ask the prison warrant to show them the detention warrant that the judge signed. Understand? If they were not being able to educate to that extent, those prison warrants would have entered the hotel and picked the woman back to their prison in Kefi. Understand? Because, if you allow the country, it will get worse. So the few of us that are doing what we are doing, let's continue to do. Let's not give up. There will be, like the other day I was in the live with, I think Knight was in that live, that Mr. Ben were just splitting all kinds of trash about our comrades. So we say he doesn't have competence, he should go and contest local government chairman. He should go and contest this. That's all trash. The man that is exposed more than you. And this man has built a reputable business for over many years from his room inside with one laptop. And that business has become an international business that the whole world knows how to reporter. A man that does not have competence cannot build such business. Understand? The Peter Obi that become a governor of Anambra State, where were he? He came from nowhere, become the governor of Anambra State. Do you ask him to go and contest local government chairman to build competence? And he has been the governor for 8 years. He said he does that, he saved money. When he left power, he saved how many billion? And the question I normally ask is that, because I know the citizens of Anambra, they are still roaming about the street looking for who to employ them. If Peter Obi has such money, would have built a factory and employ those people that are roaming about the street. Why did he save the money? Nobody has been able to answer me that question. The money that I knew that if you save the money, somebody comes into power, is going to lavish that money, buy an expensive car for House of Rep member. You are not saving the money. Then the money that are now becoming a story that he saved social amount of money when he was the governor. To do what exactly? The people were roaming. Why didn't you use the money and build factory across Anambra State? Let young people enter those factories and start producing. Understand? So it's only for a story that Peter Obi does that, Peter Obi does that. Understand? So we have to push further, support our comrade until he becomes the president of this country, because that is the only man I believe that is going to liberate everybody. The day he entered the seat of power, all these oppressors, they will run away. They will not, you not see any of them in this country again. Understand? The country belongs to us. There is nobody is more Nigerian than any other person. I normally tell people, whether you are, some people believe that outside owns it. Outside does not own the country. Yoruba does not own the country. Ibiraman does not hold the country. The country is Nigeria, and it belongs to all of us. So if you don't hold the country and fight for the country is going to collapse, right, in our own, in our hand. If you ask some of them that live in America, live in Europe, that's why I said we shouldn't give them space to talk again in any space. I don't want to see people that live in Europe or live in America to talk in any space, because if they were so patriotic, they would have remained here also to fight for the country. They ran away looking for a better life. So when they get there, they will be there speaking nonsense. They will be there. So if you want to support Peter Obi, come down here and support and stay here and support Peter Obi. Don't run away from the country, because somebody actually built those countries that you guys travel to. If people that own those countries ran away from those countries when things were bad, understand, you guys wouldn't have gotten to those countries. So stay in your own country. Let's do the fights. Right. Let's fight these oppressors until we kick all of them out from the country, and we'll fix our country, and our country will become better. And people also will be coming to our own country. Right. So, comrade, I know it seems difficult, but we'll never give up. We'll never allow oppressor to take over our country. So I think I hear my mic from there. Any other person can also say something. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rega. You have, been very phenomenal, and of course, your delivery was quite passionate. You spoke from the heart, and on this platform, everybody have the right to express them, and that is what makes this platform difficult from others. Really, we speak our minds, and of course, we express, ourselves freely. We profile solution, we debate intellectually. There's not necessarily anything too serious, but we know that our issue in Nigeria is quite a serious one. We know that for a fact that our issue in Nigeria is quite a serious one, and we are streaming alongside Facebook, TikTok already, yeah. So our main domain for now, and X, we are streaming on X, and of course we are streaming on YouTube. So we are on four platforms simultaneously, just to inform everybody. So whatever it is that is said here, people in on YouTube, our people on X, and our people on YouTube and Facebook would also be very much be listening in. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? And you have said it quite very succinctly, Regal, that make everybody get ready for the consequence of their action. Make everybody get ready, and we want to really focus on Nigerian politics for the most part of the discussion anyway. But anybody that wants to say another thing apart from the Nigerian politics is also very much welcome. Don't be say with the talk say make come talk your own, but the thing be saying we want to streamline our discussion to the Nigerian politics and the permutation. What will most likely happen? Who is your candidate? And of course, Regal has basically outlined and given some level of projection about his candidate. And of course, I love the open-mindedness that he said, well, anybody that wants to support Mr. P2B has the freedom to do so. But yeah, we can debate this, all right? We can bring facts, figures, data to support our claim on any candidate whatsoever. That is how we would stimulate the conversation for us to make better choice. Abi will no one make better choice for Nigeria. Now the thing with me are even they ask me that. See, are we really committed to this Nigerian project or not joke with a joke? So you will can't ask. So that by the time we now take that decision, or our people take that decision on our behalf, or the majority have their way as they will. Majority will have their way. We'll not have ourselves to blame whether we have not organized enough. Because I believe that nobody can, I'm yet to still be convinced that there are no 15 million Nigerians who are conscious enough, all right, to really say, well, let's go a different route this time around. Let's not do the usual. Let's basically turn this table around on our politicians. Can we do that? Yes. Can we organize towards it? Yes. That is my own stand. But if we talk, say, now the Nigerian system you want it to continue, you want politicians to keep on with their, reign. That is your right. I would not deny you that. All right. So let's have that mutual respect. Thank you so much, everybody. And as I said earlier, we are streaming on 3 other platforms alongside TikTok. So let's pass the mic tonight. Night, you're welcome to the discussion. How your side, how you take see the Nigerian politics, and of course, I believe your principal is sure. How was the outing yesterday, and what does that really mean for the Nigerian people? What does that translate to the Nigerian people? Should we see it as anything big deal? That he pulled yesterday with the whole confrontation with the Nigerian establishment. Are you there, Night?
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Salutations.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see you once again, sir.
Is the echo coming from me?
No, yeah, no, it's from my side. I'll mute now. Sorry, so sorry. Just one
Oh, okay.
minute. Just 1 minute. Now, make us Yeah, please proceed now.
Yeah, I think what happened yesterday in Abuja was an historical moment that a lot of Nigerians fell in love with, you know. And one of the ways that I know that Nigerians actually love what is going on was on Facebook. I read a lot of comments, because I think for now, if I want to check people perception towards anything, I think Facebook is one of the easiest way to see people perception, because there are lesser people who, should I say, politically motivated with some money or something like that on Facebook, compared to X, where you know that most of those guys, they have their biases. So it was a great movement yesterday, and I just hope that Nigerians will wake up to realize that we cannot continue like this, in as much as everybody loves what is going on, but it's not something we should continue doing. It's not something we should be so proud that we want to continue fighting all this kind of fight in Nigeria. We can do it now, it's great, but it's not something that a country should continue doing. There are a lot of things that other countries are fighting for now, not all these small issues. They wanted to move that woman from Abuja to Nasarawa State. And once they move her to Nasarawa State, they know that it is easier now in Abuja to gather momentum, to gather people to come together and talk. So they wanted to move her to Nasarawa State carefully, where they know it will be very hard to even gather people together. And I like the fact that the Nigerians there said, no, this is not going to be possible. We won't allow you to do that. And it's good. But if we do not end all these guys, all these APC, PDP, ADC, and co, if we do not end them, what happened yesterday is still going to repeat itself. It's still going to repeat itself before ending of this year. It's still going to repeat itself next year. It's going to repeat itself in the next 30 years, in the next 40 years. If we do not end all these guys, they're not in office, allowing them to continue ruling us, it will continue. When you see the kind of protest, agitation, strike that other reasonable climbers going through, the kind of fight they are fighting, you'll be wondering that, are these people serious? Are they even serious? People will tell you they want to go on strike for something that we like. Are you serious? This is a normal thing. Are you sure you are fighting for this? But in Nigeria, we still fight for unnecessary thing. But for us at the moment, it's necessary, because we have to fight. We are still in that phase. But if we don't end it, that phase will not end. We will continue to stay in that phase for the next 30, 40, 50 years. All these people fighting now, they grow up and die. Another set of people will grow up again and they will start fighting the same fight again. So I think Nigeria will just wise up and realize that we can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. A lot of people in Nigeria now do not even have any inheritance for their children apart from struggle. The only thing your children will inherit from you is up NEPA, how to shout up NEPA, your own style of shouting up NEPA, where you buy petrol at the middle of night, what time do you use to go and off your generator. Those are the kind of ideas that your children want to inherit from you. How you don't used to pass through one side because this is a dangerous, it's a danger zone. You don't pass through that. My daddy don't used to pass through this side because it's a danger zone. Those are the kind of things they want to inherit from their parents. And if you don't end this rubbish, it's just going to continue like that. You may have new phones, you may have new technologies, you may have all those new things you think are those that lived 30 years ago were not enjoying, but they were actually enjoying. you know. So technology can come, but the fight we are fighting in Nigeria will continue if we don't end these guys, and that's just the simple truth. And straight to the topic, Tinubu will continue make Nigerian a lot of Nigerians to continue fighting. Atiku will do the same. Peter Obi is a champion in making people protest. A lot of people will continue to protest. They did that while Peter Obi was a governor. He doesn't send them. If you like, you can go on strike for if a governor if a governor can allow doctors to go on strike for 13 months, that it means the governor does not send you. So a lot of all these things will continue if you continue to recycle all these guys into power. And lastly, ADC, well, for me, like I used to say, they are distraction. And they themselves, they know they are distraction. Atiku will not drop that ticket. And if Atiku eventually drop that ticket for Peter Obi, he knows he's not going to win. Because he will be having, like, let's say, at least 3-4 million people against him already. All the obedience will be against him. Peter Obi will not be able to advise him. So they are coming together now is even a wrong step for both of them. And if Peter Obi end up taking that ticket, Atiku will work against him. El-Rufai will work against him. Even yesterday, I think I shared with you, Civic. I saw where John Oyegun was talking yesterday, and they were advocating for Mechi as South candidate. So a lot of things is against ADC. Now that we are even sharing this ticket between Atiku and Obi, I think maybe you have to add Amechi's hand to it, because Amechi is also pulling some strings now. He's going from one place to another, begging people to be on his side. So ADC is a distraction. They just want to distract us. There's nothing that is going to come out of it. And anyone that is supporting ADC now, the person is an enemy of Nigeria, and the person is only just supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The only alternative on the ballot, the only freedom on the ballot is Omar Eleshowe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. It is very what is happening in ADC is very, very interesting. Make I no lie. I no go lie. I did try look at the permutation, and of course, I have explained this permutation before, and of course, we are in a we are in the business, so to speak, of repetition. And something we say I don't talk before. I got also retalk am again. Let's face it, in ADC, the this ticket that they are talking about, the presidential ticket, is between Atiku Abubakar and of course Mr. Peter Obi. All right. Others are also in the race, as you have said. Amechi is now in the race. We might even argue that they had to just put out all of those drama just for the sake to give to give a vibe that there's anything like a competition going on there. They have to create that vibe. Look at what APC also did. APC also created the vibe of competition, when about 10 of their members bought the presidential form of 100 million naira. All right, and they were so much. Are they going to give a ticket to Simbajo? Are they going to give it to Amechi? Amechi at the time also contested, though. He bought 100 million naira form under APC, really. And of course, he was the number second, I believe. Yes, I think after the primaries, Tinubu emerged first, then Amechi second, then followed by Osinbajo. Amechi even got more votes than Osinbajo, really. It is very, very crazy, and that is why I would not even really underestimate. I cannot underestimate this guy called Amechi. I cannot underestimate him, because if he can pull that feat that he has more votes, more than the vice president, who people talk say now him be the favorite of Mr. President at the time. People were saying that Osinbajo is the favorite of Buhari. That really in his heart of hearts, in his church mind, say Osinbajo, he used to call him Professor Osibande. He say, "Oh, now Osibande na in dey in mind." He just loved the man, really. He loved the man, because the man really did not really intrude. He did not really basically corner the presidency to himself. So the man served him. So there are people that are making this argument that boy even qualified to be his clerk on terms of academic brilliance, performance, educational qualification. Osinbajo is a real prof, really, and he can speak French. So it's the kind of president that you like. This one is a multilingual kind of president, and all. But away from that, and Amechi could able to pull that feat. So you never can tell what will happen in ADC. You never can tell the firepower and of course, let's face it, it will come down to war chest in ADC. It will all boil down to waiting war chest. How much money will you get? How much money will you want spend? That is what it will boil down to in ADC. So all of these guys, well, they are going to emerge. And I even heard from a space that all of this thing will they happen. So there will still be some character that will come into ADC. That it will shock us that the kind of firepower that they are going to bring, and it will be all thanks to APC. All right, APC will inject them into the, intentionally, right? So, in all aspects, it seems as though ADC is, there's so much complication that is going to happen in ADC that we are still very much not prepared for it yet. But in actual fact, we can see the noise from the obedience and Obi himself, how they are saying yes, they must give the ticket to Mr. Peter Obi. He's the one that has the popularity. He's the one. Is the foster child of good governance in them, really. And of course, Articulate also, they are also behind. Articulate as even I won't win vote from the north. It is Atiku that you are going to bring. And of course, you just merge with a very strong southern candidate that really just supplement the vote that Atiku is going to bring. That Atiku will bring nothing less than 6.9 million votes. If you can get it when PDP were in disarray, even when there was so much anti-party by Wike and about 5 governors, and he still managed to get 6.9 million. If you can do it before, he can do it again. That is some people's argument. That all you have to do is just to match like a Peter Obi and of course someone like Amechi who can actually provide some level of complementary votes from the south. And of course, you have nothing less than 12 million votes. Because if you have to look at it, Atiku got 6.9 according to INEC anyway, and Mr. Peter Obi also got 6.1. Match that together, that is 13 million votes. And Milocon that is in power got 8 million votes according to INEC. So what are we talking about here? It is simple. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. All right. If you have to do your mathematics, it shows that, yeah. But that is on paper. That is theory. All right. And APC is stepping up their game really fast. They are trying to make sure that they don't even, because they know that the kind of opposition that they are dealing with, they also have their own tough. Atiku has his tough. All right. Mr. Peter Obi has his tough. And of course, that stuff you can question it that it is based on tribalism. You can question it that it is based on religion. It is based on this. It is based on that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. These are the where the block of votes come from: tribalism and religion. That is the two things. All right. So many people are even saying that Mr. Peter Obi will be more than happy to have a VP ticket, really. And of course, they are saying that if Atiku can be so benevolent, that to give Mr. Peter Obi, allow Mr. Peter Obi to have the ticket. All right. And of course, that will be a one-time arrangement. And Mr. Peter Obi himself have come out, even though he has an history of not being a man of his words, which is a concern that Atiku will also have at the back of his mind that this man, let me say he go enter power finish now and they no go follow agreement again. Just as he did not follow agreement in ABGA. He said he will remain in ABGA. He left ABGA. All right. He said he will remain in LP. And at the time that, even at the very eve of leaving LP, when he was still asked by journalists, he said, I am a member of LP. He did not even want to give any clue. All of a sudden, boom, he's now in ADC. So that is a concern that if that is what article we also have at the back of his mind. Say this man, he don't know the respect in word, and he also said that in one of his interviews that it's very serious that even in his house they used to videotape him whenever he makes promise that Baba, we no go just take this promise just for the sake of it. We are going to have it on record so that if you deny it tomorrow, we can play the tape for you, really. So that is how unstable and unpredictable that Mr. Peter Obi can be. Is very, very not consistent based on record. This is not propaganda. This is not propaganda. This is not agenda. Because I know many Mr. Peter Obi people now will talk say they wrong. This is not agenda. Are you going to deny that he said he would not leave Abga and he left? He left. So all of these things are permutation, and of course there is still a possibility that Atiku said, okay, no problem. I want, because of the Southern arrangement, South and North arrangement, let's give it to you. All right. And we'll look for a very strong Northern candidate that can also produce the vote that I will produce. And of course, my endorsement will be more than enough to give you the votes, which many will also argue that Atiku's votes are not transferable. Many will also argue that if Atiku steps down, it will weaken any ticket that ADC is going to produce. Many have argued also that if Mr. Peter Obi emerges as the vice of Atiku, it will weaken, whatever vote that they're going to get, because some of the Mr. Peter Obi votes that is not transferable, some of them will get angry and said, Peter Obi or nothing. Some of them have even said they prefer to go and vote for APC than to vote for an Atiku Obi ticket, that Obi is now will now be the vice. So that is the thing. So if you have to look at it in every way, this is not looking good. It's not looking good for ADC. And this is not from the angle of propaganda, from the angle of just pure analysis. And I don't have to go to Harvard to study political science to know all of these things. It is what is staring at us in the face. So let's pass the mic to Olamide. Olamide, you're welcome to discussion. I still have other things to say, but I don't want to spend too much time. And of course, big shout out to everybody for joining. Please, as you are joining, please let's power tap, especially if you like this sort of discussion. If you enjoy our show, please tap on your screen. Is the least you can do to let it get far and wide, so that we can, everybody that needs to hear this discussion can hear it. So let's pass the mic to Olamide. Olamide, you're very much welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I don't know. I don't deal well with the adulation now, because they don't really see me. Say, be like, wow. That's why people they turn celeb. But yeah, thank you for all you do. You asked of Dorothy. I think Dorothy is standing on business. He's doing what he can for African people where he is. I think it is our own responsibility, like you're doing. We're also standing on business to do what we can for African people. When we all come together in the nearest future, we'll be able to come together based on what we've done and move the struggle forward. Before we speak, it's not like I really had much to say. I was hearing Commission's voice and be like, make a control for here. I would love to appreciate something on your space, on this particular space, the welcome message: education, interaction, engagement, rhetoric, reality. That is a framework of engagement for comrades, for revolutionaries, for those who want change in Nigeria. I refrain from speaking to our people. Yorubas have a saying, Aja to ma sonu kò ní gbọ́ fèrè ọlọ́dẹ. A dog that will go missing will not hear the whistle of the hunter. But our own dog, is not about not hearing the whistle. Our dog has killed the hunter, has unalived the hunter, so that the hunter will not even make the mistake of blowing the whistle. What you one little, you don't cut off the eye. They don't want to hear anything. They don't want to hear anything. They are articulated. It is fine. May the ancestors bless them. People come to knowledge at some time. Some people come to knowledge early, some people come to knowledge late. It is our own responsibility as revolutionaries to bring our people to knowledge early. But we to be fair, we cannot conscientize people. Like Kwabeture said, it is our own duty to make the people, that is conscious people, to make the unconscious people conscious of their own unconscious action. We cannot make them conscious. We can only point to them that this thing you're doing will lead to the destruction of our people. This thing you're doing will bring underdevelopment. If the people, the majority of people decide to change, of course, the revolutionaries are going to organize with the people and move. If they are not, we'll continue to point out their unconscious action. So I speak more to revolutionaries on what we can do. Active things that we can do, tangible things that we can do, to move forward the struggle. And I think this provides a framework this your topic, the welcome message provides a framework for that. I'm trying to look for it again. It has gone off the screen. Somebody has messaged it. But I believe the first one is education. Revolutionaries, comrades, conscious people, those who want it, we must be educated. I think Regal made that point. Brothers, I think we have only brothers here, but we have sisters and brothers. We must commit ourselves to reading, and not just reading books. We must commit ourselves to understanding our society through text. When they bring out the news, read the news and analyze the news. When you want to engage in a particular endeavor, when it comes to revolution, maybe it's a protest, commit yourself to reading the laws. We were talking about what happened yesterday. I think your brother made the point that if not our comrades on ground, they knew the law and were able to use it to say, where is your warrant? What are you guys doing here? We know the law. They would have taken the woman away and will be here saying justice to this person, justice to that person. But because our comrades are educated or were educated and they knew what they were doing, they're able to stand their ground. We must also have this, because revolution that we always talk about is about building. That is where you will hear Comrade Showore talk about his ideas. It's about building a new, just society. No be the kind Tinubu society where foreign investment import and pass the life of the people. We don't want to be that kind of society. We want a society where it is the development of our people that is paramount. To do that, we must be educated. We must have the skills. The governorship candidate of Osun under AAC is educated, not because he has read books, but we've engaged with his ideas. I'm taking it off the presidential election because the Osun State election is this year. It's coming this year in August, I think. AAC has a candidate. I don't know. And the reason I'm using AAC is because that is the only party that I know of on the left in Osun State that has a candidate. That's why I'm using AAC. MOP doesn't have a candidate yet and has not released a statement on that. Right? That's why I'm using AAC. But the left actually has a candidate in Osun State and is educated. We must have councillors. We must have local government chairmen, but not to just have them, for them to be well educated, to have the skill. Those of us that cannot become these things, and this is me moving to interaction, we must interact with our people. We must take the education we have to our people. We must use the skills we have and take it to our people. Brothers and sisters, the number of out of school children in Nigeria is mind, but you'll be like, how is this possible? With the skills we have, we can organize local schools, evening schools, and interact with these children and their parents, educating them consciously. This is beyond election, all this bourgeois election, all this bourgeois democracy where everybody they do about. They do the groundwork. We understand what we have in our society, so that when AAC, MOP, which other political party we have on the left get into power, we already have frameworks, we already have techniques that the government can then employ, that is already grounded in the people, built by revolutionaries. Use your skill, interact with the people. Then we engage. How do we engage? Go back to pedagogy of the oppressed that we always talk about. We must dialogue with the people. The solution of the problems of our society definitely resides with the people. They might be supporting OBB, and I want to say they might be less than, and I might be wrong, only 25 million, less than 25 million people participated in the last election. And over 90 million people, I think 97 or so, over 90 million people registered to vote. So the percentage of those who participated in the election were even less than 40 years out now. They're even less than 35%. The number of people who vote for Tinubu, vote for Obi, vote for Show, everybody will participate for the election were less than 30% of registered voters. We have 60%, we have 20% of registered voters that are not even interested in what they are talking about. So all these people that articulated obedience, they are the minority. They are irrelevant. If we do the work by engaging with our people, how can we engage? A good example, Makoko, what's going there concerns our people. We must engage. Another example, what's going on in Oyo State. Comrades, 2 years ago, there was a bomb blast in Oyo State. Till today, we don't know what's going on. Nobody has come to explain what happened there to us in Oyo State. Osun State, Recently, they've been talking about paying ghost workers. Nobody's talking about nobody's talking about that. We are not picking up on it. Fire incidences are happening all over Lagos State, all over the country. Where are the fire service? Nobody's focusing on some of these things. It's our own responsibility to engage with the people, talk through these things with them, provide solutions with them, and then that will now lead us towards the rhetoric. I hope I'm right because the thing don't come on my screen. Education, interaction, engagement, rhetoric. And I think that is where we are as revolutionaries. I think we have good rhetoric. I think we speak well online. When people hear us, they are motivated. That is the rhetoric. Probably because we've done our assignment in the sense that we've read a lot of theories. So we know, and we read a lot of Shore. So we have that rhetoric in our mind, in our heads. But that rhetoric lacks those three things, maybe apart from education, that is interaction and engagement. That is one of the reasons why it seems that our people are not listening to us, because we are far from them. TIV cannot go into a community today, like a community in Lagos that they've worked with today, and they will not listen to them. It is not possible because they know these people are true to the cause. But if you go into a community that they don't know you, even when they greet you in the community, you're always frowning, you've not engaged with them, you've not interacted with them, you've not shown that you have the skill, your rhetoric will just go over their heads. Rhetoric. And when we have these four things, education, interaction, engagement, and rhetoric, we can change our reality, which is the fifth one. And that is the purpose, that is education. That's why I said this thing, this welcome message is indeed a framework from education to changing reality. It is for us, and I'm saying this, and this is also rhetoric, because it is easy for me to say it, but it is the hard work that we must do. That is what it means to be a revolutionary. Hard work. Chairman Mao said that the people are the water in which a militant, that is a fish, swims. If we are outside of the people, we are unalive because we are a fish outside of water. On election, I want to say briefly, because I think I'm out of 2 minutes. On election, comrades, beyond Obi, because these things are just, comrade, civic space was taking our attention to or bringing to our consciousness the fact that Amechi was part of these people. In fact, all of them, I think they were all part of these people, and the kind of games that will be played, we already know this. But they passed a bill, the electoral bill. Beyond transmitting results electronically, these people, evil people, and this is for all these. I know that device from again, obedient, articulated, yes men, yes boys, boys and girls. You government chicken boys. No government which chicken go they follow person they feed them around. They've increased the amount a candidate can spend in an election from 5 billion naira to 50 billion naira. From it now, waiting don't pass now be that 5 billion to 50 billion. They've increased the amount one individual can donate to a candidate. Just one individual can donate to a candidate. I think to 100, from 50 million to 100 million. We will get 100 million for a year. We want to give Shorena now. But we know that these people have the son of Umayi, Dave Umayi, has gone to purchase it. Is it 25 million, 35 million naira chairmanship form? To put it in context, the amount that was spent on our healthcare, the capital project on healthcare in Nigeria last year was only 36 million. But one person is buying a form for 35 million naira, 25 million naira. We are in deep trouble. That is the kind of democracy we want to. Because when they do yes sir, yes ma'am, yes ma, for them, one can't do your own. Say, okay, I want to bring change to my people. After doing yes ma, for them, they've created a system that ensures that you are a serf, you are a slave to them and their children. So if you still want to support OB, you want to do this thing, you want to do it, yes, but have it at the back of your mind that the electoral system you're participating in is against you, not just the person you are supporting. And if the person you are supporting does not speak against like Shawara is doing, the person is also against you. On towards liberation. Thank you so very much, comrade, Civic Space, and other comrades for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you so very much. Olamide, thank you. I cannot thank you enough because you have basically broken down what this platform is all about. Really, you have done a very great job, even with examples, to break down what we are all about. And I believe our people would not have any reason to really misunderstand what we stand for here. I don't think there will now be any reason for anybody to now have the excuse to doubt our intention, to actually doubt what we stand for, really, because it is very, very clear. And of course, we are different. All right. We are very different. And what makes us different, really, is the fact that we are able to, look at all the angles, look at all the perspective, and be honest enough that this is, what the reality is, away from the rhetoric. And of course, that doesn't mean that rhetoric in itself is a bad thing. But we have to look at all of these things hand in hand, and it will help our strategy moving forward. To help us to, as a people, if you know say you know be politician, and you know follow join people where they steal from the people's resources, then you are in this, you belong in this demography. All right. And of course, this is everybody's business. This is not some people's business that is actually na sure work with this, so to go confront the system, leave on for sure. I think that is a very weak stance to take. And I believe as we make all of these, deliberations, we would advance our cause and will further the discussion, really, because that will enable us to really know the exact where we have been coming from and where we are going. Because on this app where we did there's so much polluted information that is being dished out to our people on a daily basis. On this social media, you find them everywhere, just dishing out propaganda and shoveling it down the throat of our people. But we stand to really want to try, not to really, do the same to the people. We want to provide facts and facts alone, all right, on a take it or leave it basis. But we are very, very much open-minded to be challenged on any of our projections. If any guests make any projection here, call them out, say, my oga, no be so ebio, no be so ebio. Let's look at these facts from this source, look at this data, look at these statistics, and maybe we use weigh this thing, or be so. And we don't even have to do it in a very irate, very disrespectful manner. There's a way we can do all of these things, and we pass across our message, and everybody respects each other's position, no matter what we talk for this life. No matter, and that's why I usually ask that question: what is your deal breaker? For all your candidates, for sure, what is your deal breaker? For, I think Emilio Con does not, people that support Emilio Con does not really have deal breaker, let's face it. How about Atiku? How about Mr. Peter Obi? What are the deal breakers, really? All right. We would like to know, because that is what will tell us whether or not you are part of those that want Nigerian problem to continue, or you are part of those that want to bring about the solution. Because this is we are in big problem, we are in big trouble. That they are raising the campaign, fundraising to 15 billion. That one single person can donate 100 million at once. It is, and of course, I will not be surprised if APC pegs their presidential ticket to ₦1 billion. I would never be surprised. Or they peg it at somewhere along the lines of 500 million, which is also a testimony to the fact that they realize the fact that our currency has been made useless by them. Because normally, why should you raise that threshold on a normal basis? We saw how the gradual, and not even gradual, a sharp increase in the presidential nomination form. In the last election, they sold it for 100 million. The last election. So this time now, they are giving us every indication that it will not be less than anything short of 300 to 400 million. And of course, for ADC, you'll be shocked if they peg it at 200 to 150 million for presidential nomination and expression of interest form. So you say you want express interest. You'll not be wondering what is the salary of what is the wage and the remuneration attached to being a president. You'll not be wondering who are the calibers of people that they really want to be in the best position to really lead a country. So money is money. Everything has been monetized heavily, and of course that is where they will sieve out the big boys and the small boys. It's not about what you have in your upstairs. It's about what you have inside your bank account. I think Gentle Cargo should go next. Then we'll pass it to the next guest. You're welcome to the live. I can't see your name now. Let me see. Yeah, comfy cute. You are welcome. And of course, you have the mic after Gentle Cargo. Gentle Cargo, you should go next. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Civic Space. But I think I would allow Comfy go if he's available.
Yeah, so Comfy, are you there? Are you available to speak? Please proceed, sir.
Just give me like 5 minutes. I'm buying something at the grocery store, so
okay.
You can go ahead. Fill in the next 5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes it is.
All right. Thank you very much, yo. I'm so happy to be here. It's a very good platform. Thank you very much for hosting. You see, I just want to tell my brothers and sisters in ADC that supports Atiku. You see, in 2023, I was a supporter. I was an obedient because I saw that he has left people like the likes of Atiku in PDP and all those people then. So I rallied around him. I tried to push for his support and all of that. But after giving him 6 million, we saw him just crying on TV and all of that. So I withdrew my support. I saw it that no, this is not what we want as Nigerians. This is not what I want as a Nigerian. I want a leader that is ready to work, a leader that is willing to risk everything for the progress of the country. And now he's back with his friends in the ADC, back to the structure of criminality. So I saw it clearly that my guess was right. All along he has been together with them. He just lied to us in 2023 and it was very painful. And I searched around, I checked every aspirant now, and I've seen that it is Showore that has always been standing by the people. He has been with the people, and I think I've checked his manifesto at aacparty.com, and I'm comfortable that this proposed solution will work for the Nigerian people. And so I have returned back to supporting Omoyele Showore because all of the people supporting Peter Obi has left him. My friends, people in my street, in my area that used to be obedient, they are no longer obedient. Some are even talking about supporting Showore for all the good things he has been doing so far. They said they did not know too much about him before 2023, and that is why they supported Peter Obi and that is exactly what I saw too. I thought Peter Obi has left these Atiku people, and that was why I supported him. And it is almost like the same thing with people in my street. A lot of people are not supporting Peter Obi anymore. They are now either with Showore or saying they do not want to get involved in politics again. But for me, I went to school and I know being part of politics is important. So I decided to search around and I've seen Showore and I know it would do wonderfully well. When I give him my mandate, he will protect it. So I am a supporter of Omoyele Showore. He's a very good man. I see that he has been doing this thing since his school days and he has never stopped. And I appreciate him so much. If you know him, please help me appreciate him. He's a very good man. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak. I'm still here.
Welcome to the club, Gentle Cargo.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gentle Cargo, for that. And well, we cannot question anybody's history. Yeah, all right. Anybody's truth is truth. Whatever it is that you have decided to do, or perhaps you have decided to tell us a bit of your history. It is we appreciate the information. We appreciate that information, and of course we are willing to really listen to others as they speak also. This is vital information that there are, of course, is this actually not true that there are people that actually voted for Mr. Peter Obi in the last election, but they are very much there's a max exodus recently. We can see it, we can feel it. The fact that Mr. Peter Obi even decided to join ADC really annoyed so many of his support base. And we cannot make any,
Very angry. My host, I was very, very angry when I saw him joining ADC. Atiku, find unalived people in Kaduna. It is unfair for him to have joined them after crying on TV. For all of about 6 million, I believe if we give Shobore about that 6 million or 5 million, there will be nobody to collect his mandate and he will go on TV to cry. It is not possible. I believe that.
Yeah, it's so it is what it is in Nigeria when it comes to the annoyance in the politics, especially from potential voters. Really, people are angry, that Mr. Peter Obi would return back to the place that he called structure of criminality, but that is his decision. He cannot be questioned about it. And of course, many obedient. Yeah, you are connected. Please proceed. Since you are next to speak, let's give you
Okay.
and let's listen attentively to what you have to say. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time location. My name is Confidence. I'm a Pan-Nigerian. I hope everyone who is on this blog, who is talking, at some point wants Nigeria to work. That's why we're here. I don't indulge myself with frivolities, things that wouldn't end me, something at the end of the day. I don't do that. I saw the box 6 of different aspirants and everything. We all know the situation of Nigeria today. We all know how Nigeria has moved from management to worst. In fact, according to WHO, Nigeria is heading to the capital poverty of the world. By the end of 2026, we're heading to the capital poverty of the world. We're not in war, unlike Somalia and Afghanistan. We're not in crisis, but we're in leadership crisis, leadership management, psychophancy, and what have you, all rolled in one. That is where we'll find ourselves. I want to start with Showore as an aspirant. Showore is a nice gentleman, very pragmatic, with youthful exuberance and what have you. He's a good guy. He knows what he's talking about. But the thing is this. Let's tell the truth. Showore cannot win the presidency, even if even if everybody from his friends vote for him. That fact, he cannot. He doesn't have the structure or the popularity to win the election. And again, he doesn't have the finances to pursue that ambition and win it. So I don't chase shadow. That's me. I don't chase shadow. Instead of wasting that vote on Showore, why not look at the two options you have? Because we have only two options. Let me say three. Either Labour Party, okay, ADC or PDP. Because Tinubu is like he's not an alternative at this point. Because if we continue with this way, I don't know how this country will be in the next 4 years. Back to what I was trying to say. Showore is like I told you, he's a very important thing is this. He cannot win the presidency, no matter how. Even if you do mobile voting, he cannot win the presidency. That is one thing. So my only advice is this: he should pinch tent with people of like mind. Who are they? The persons like P2B and the likes of them that are preaching for a new Nigeria. That's my simple advice to him. Because just imagine Showore being the defense artist. These are the areas I know he can do very well. But you have to align with the people to make sure we rescue the country. Has done election. Votes. The answer is no. So why do we keep on doing something and expect different results? Why not painting and form the government? Bring your idea, bring your influence, bring your zealousness to the government. Go through tomorrow, who knows? You can climb. That's my simple advice for Showore. And for those of us who really know about how election works, it's not about social media talk. It is real, it is real life situation. And we all know that Showore has no chance from any angle. So I will plead and suggest, for the sake of Nigeria, my kids and your kids yet unborn, because Tinubu has borrowed more than even my grandchildren will be paying for the debt Tinubu has borrowed, but yet nothing to show for it. Rather, he buys us Escalade and Boeing 312 for his flight, travels to France, Turkey, wherever to treat himself and come back and tell us bujas. That's all we need at this point. And he tells you to go and suffer and wait and enjoy in pains. You're fixing the country. You're fixing the country where you end up buying a jet in the face of uncertainties of people suffering. Who does that? You having over 50 convoys in your motor cards. Look at I live in Canada. Look at the Prime Minister of Canada, McCartney. He uses only 3 Escalades, 3 or 4. That is all. That will call prudent savings. This is what P2B represents. Even as the governor of Anambra State, P2B was the least governor that has the least comfort in his fleet of cars. You use this money to do a lot of things. Imagine spending our money on coastal roads, whereas there are no hospitals in your village. A young girl of our age died last year in Abuja for snake venom bite. How can a country, the capital city of Nigeria, will not have a hospital that had an anti-venom or a heart revival to save that girl? Young, vibrant, talented singer. We lost him that way. Because of what? We have a moron in Aso Rock who does flit around the whole continent with you and I personal money in the name of looking for investors. Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, has no functional hospital to treat a girl that has just a snake bite. How far when maybe somebody has a heart attack, what happens? What happens to the person? So let me go to ADC. I saw the flyer on the on your platform with ADC article and whatever. See, at this point, this is my little advice. If really you love Nigeria, if really you have passion for Nigeria to work, Tinubu has to be kicked out by all means possible. That is just the mission. I don't care who goes in there, but Tinubu has to be kicked out because he has failed in every sector. There is no signs that the country is going to recover. No signs. He has borrowed. They have Imagine, there is no ambulance to convert this girl that died last December to hospital. But today, there are over 30 city boy buses across every state of the federation. In fact, every LGA now, they have both city boy or Renew Hope buses for them. But there is no ambulance to convert somebody to the hospital. But there is money to buy campaign buses for re-election. Right now, caps and aprons and uniforms, we get to every village for Tinubu, but they cannot get food, water, current to your villages. But they will supply you campaign caps, campaign polo, supply you banners to your. They will be there in your villages, but they cannot provide you food, road, water to your villages. And you think you should not think about your life again and again? If Tinubu deploy all those buses to our policemen and army men, do you know how many persons that will be saved from escorting in Nigeria? But they have time to buy buses, to buy campaign motors everywhere. Yet our policemen push their cars to start it. Yet, go to your LGA. How many cars are there? Nigerians, enough of this deceit. We have had enough of it, and we have to rise up and end this if we will want this nation to work. ADC is a political party. P2B joining them that is on personal decisions. I've heard Gento saying people are leaving P2B for joining ADC. My brother, that's the blatant lies. It's a blatant lies for your information. If you think P2B joined ADC to form alliance to rescue Nigeria is why you will leave him. Can I ask you a question? Mention one thing Atiku did not do well while he was VP of Nigeria. In fact, during the time of Obasanjo, that was one of the best economic decisions of Nigerians. I know it's not a sense, but while he was
No, easy. Olamide, hold up, please. Let him finish.
while he was the VP
It's making sense.
during their tenure, that one had one of the most best economy in Nigeria. He's not a saint for real, yeah, but that I know. But compare Obasanjo's regime and now, who would you take? So joining ADC, that's his personal decisions. And he did that for two reasons. LP was polarized. Just think about it. P2B joined ADC today. Next week, they released LP from the court case they had. What do you think? What do you think? If P2B and Atiku had combined their votes in last year's election, wouldn't have had this mess we have today as Tinubu. We wouldn't have had this mess we have today as Tinubu in power. So that mistake will not repeat again. Let like minds join together to make sure we rescue Nigeria from this coma state. If not, my children, your children will ask you tomorrow, what did you say when the country was collapsing? What did you do when the nation was sinking? Who did you support? I'd rather give my company to P2B to manage it than Atiku or Tinubu, but they are not saints. In summary, P2B is the best candidate we need to fix this problem.
Thank you very much.
Gents, make I just engage this guy.
Just 1 minute. Of course, everybody will have a chance to ask question, and in any discussion like this, there will be jabs that will be thrown at each other. It is normal, but please let's keep it. Let's do it one after the other, so that when one person don't finish, now another person go, so that it will not be too rowdy. But I would just like to address some few things. You said that somebody cannot win. On what ground are you saying that? I believe you're not a representative of the Nigerian people. There's over 18 million Nigerians who are eligible to vote, and they have collected their voters card. So you basically saying one person cannot win. You are just one out of just about 80 million Nigerians. And of course, anything can happen. Just like saying that Tinubu cannot win, or Showore cannot win, or Mr. Peter Obi cannot win, or Atiku cannot win, because you're not the one that will determine. It's the Nigerian people that will determine. So let me just clear that out of the way. So if any other person, I have other question I want to ask, but I will shelf mine and allow every other person to ask. Let's go one by one. I think Olamide indicated first to ask.
Thank you very much. Olamide indicated first.
Yeah. Do you have another?
Olamide, go for it.
Yeah.
Comfy.
Yes, Rega also indicated. So after Olamide, Rega will go for it.
Okay.
So Comfy, quick one. Just answer yes or no, and then we engage. But it's not a long one. Do you know how APC was formed? Yes or no? Just answer. Comfy is a question for you.
See, there are some questions you don't need to begin to ask me, okay? Ask me based on the things I spoke, okay?
Was formed? That was the question, my brother.
I don't know. Please tell us.
How APC was formed is how ADC is being formed. If you don't know, go and learn. It is how ADC, this idea that we want to just chase Tinubu away. We don't care who gets in. We just want to chase Goodluck Jonathan away. We don't fucking care who gets in. That was how APC was joined. It was formed. Atiku. This Atiku with ADC, he did here. El-Rufai with this ADJC, he did here. Amechi with this ADC, he did here. They were not part of ADU or Tinubu's party. They came from another party and worked with Tinubu's party and Buhari's party to form APC. The idea that let's just get these people out. Let us use a party that can, in quote, win election to chase the government out, and anybody, even if it's a ghost, should go in there. Is what has brought us here. ADC is another APC. So this thing that you are pushing around, that we should come together, we have done it before. Maybe you have forgotten. We
I've not forgotten. We have done it before, we've tried it before, and it is what we are suffering from today. It is not what we are against that defines us. Are you there, my brother Comfy? It is not what you are against.
Please go on.
It's not what you are against that defines you. It is what you are for that defines you. Against Tinubu, that you're a good person. Whoever fights against Tinubu, the way we are against Tinubu too. The most terrible individual in PDP is against Tinubu, the way you are against Tinubu. In fact, they will speak more beautifully about the issues of Nigeria and the problems of Nigeria than you have, more than you, that you're saying it now. But what you are for, healthcare for our people, education for our people, not following neoliberal policies like the article that you are telling us is the best in after palm oil. My brother, the underdevelopment of Nigeria is one of the doings of Obasanjo and Atiku. If you don't know, for a people, and it's sad, not just sad, it's mind-boggling how we have refused to just, and that's why I'm not interested in educating anybody. Like, people we don't make all their mind, they don't follow ADC. How we are hell-bent on not studying our own history. Are you aware of the government who sold off our steel industry, the steel sector, that destroyed the steel sector in Nigeria? I know you're in Canada, and I want to also assume that you know that the steel sector of every company determines how industrialized they would be. So you already know. Do you know who sold it off? Do you know who sold it off? It is this Atiku and Obasanjo that you are calling, that you are praising. The power sector that you are... Sorry. Let's not... You already answered my question. I'm making the submission. I'm making the submission now.
Sorry, please. Is react something sent to your submission? Hold on. Please, can you please hold on, sir? He's reacting and would ask me a question. There's the time on his head. You are taking out of his time, sir. Please.
Let me just, they will add more seconds to my time. But let me just, you already answered my question. You don't know how ADC was formed. So I mean, how APC was formed. So there's no point in me asking you about elections. You said you know how elections are won. 6 million votes out of 20-something million votes don't get into the president, into the seat. So telling us that we were at 6,000, you having 6 million, so did not get you in there.
You have 30 more seconds, sir.
You know, about 30 more seconds. Yes, it don't make me forget what I'm. The power sectors are Comfy that you're talking that we are all talking about. The country is upside down, yada yada yada. Would Saturday sell them off? Is it not Obasanjo and Atiku we the one we die now? I don't forget his name. For a while, and then this man, Goodluck Jonathan, sold everything off. I mean, 100% controlling shares from Genco and 60% from Discos. I don't know the ones that you guys are now shouting. You are talking about ambulances. How many ambulances does this Atiku person provide for and Obasanjo provide? In case you don't know, the vice president of the country is in charge of the economy of the country. The vice president of the country is in charge of the economy of the country. Please, brothers and sisters, before we take up any position or any stance in supporting anybody, let us do the homework. Let us do the hard work of reading about these people, especially if they've had history in government. Read about. I intentionally don't say anything about Obi because we just come and
thank you very much, Olamide. Thank you very much. Your time is up. Please. Sorry. Thank you very much, Rega. You can ask your question now, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The moderator and the host, thank you very much. Mr. Comfy, right? Please, I also appreciate your thought, and I appreciate the fact that, you summoned courage to come in here to speak. Please, this is a platform where people hear their view. It's not a crime, understand, for you to come from a particular zone and support a particular political actor. And point of correction, let me correct you in some data that I did share, because by the grace of God, I'm an economist by training. Nigeria is already the capital poverty of the world. In 2018, it was 100 people.
Poverty capital.
Yes, it was 100 people were pushed to poverty. Currently, 2024 data show that almost 106 million people are already poor in Nigeria. Then I have two questions to ask you with regards to what you believe governance is and what you believe politics or what you believe an election is, please. What do you believe by governance to you? Then what do you believe election is to you? Answer me these two questions, please.
Rigo.
Sir?
Rigo.
Huh?
I will start with the form and then I'll go to the leader. You're asking me what is election, right? Huh?
Yes, yes. What is an election, please?
Okay. All right. I think, would I say, in a layman's language, if we are 10 of us in this box, and we'll say, okay, we need someone to superhead or to head this civic space. And we said, okay, who do we appoint or who do we project to head this civic place? And we said, okay, let's have a contest between Gentle and Olamide. Okay, some said no, Gentle, some said no, Olamide. So we said, okay, maybe let's vote. Whoever that wins that contest is called election. And that's what we're going to have by next year in Nigeria. Governance is the way people are being, I won't say the way people are being governed, no, the way people choose to obey a certain authority that has constitution, that has laid down rules, that protects life and property, that safeguards its citizens, make sure everybody is alive, there's adequate health care, there is hospital, there is good road, there is medical facilities for everybody, there is security, there is... So any authority that comes together to do that for people within a certain geographical region is called governance. And that has not been happening in Nigeria. Do you have any more questions for me?
Okay. If you believe that election is ability for three or three people to come together and they choose a candidate to supersede the affair of that organization, then why do you now say that so they don't have a competent to govern Nigeria?
Okay, I'll quickly give that maybe in 5 sentences. Showore has contested for the presidency more than 4 times. Can you tell us how many votes he got at the end of the day? Do you have the figure?
If I might not have the actual figure, but that's not how you prove competency.
Okay, wait. Now, just a minute. Now, if you can actually put out the figure, it's very laughable, and I don't want to say it out here.
No,
secondly,
it is hold on. In 2019, he had 33,000 votes, and in 2023, he had 14,000 votes. Please,
okay.
It is for public consumption. We are not
twice. It's only 2 times, not 4 times. Not 4 times.
Okay.
Guess who has won more than?
Please allow me to
just guess.
I did not want to give him the figure. I know the reason why I did not want to.
No, we are to show that we are proud of the figure. It is important that
I wanted
we are not. We are proud of the figure.
I wanted him to understand that why that destroyed Nigeria, contest election several times. Understand before he later win.
How many was Buhari's vote each of his contests? Can you tell us?
I don't want to give you the figure, but I'm just telling you that your assumption that.
Can I help you to give you the figures?
Can I help you? That one is not even is irrelevant to me. There's no need.
Okay.
Let's go straight to what is at hand now, because you saying that Sowore doesn't have a competence, to govern Nigeria. I didn't expect that from someone like you that lived.
No, see, allow me. I don't know if maybe you need to wear maybe a bigger earpod. I don't know if actually if your earpod was down.
No, baby, I don't even talk.
When I said it, I said
I'm not
Showore comfy. Remember when I said it? Showore is a very
down. I wasn't the one that gave
sophisticated, good and nice. I never said there wasn't. No, That's why I said you might need to wear something so that you can hear my voice clearer. I so because he's a competent
I
guy.
wasn't the
He's
one
cool,
engaging
he's
with you. Maybe
nice.
now you guys wear something bigger because we don't even hear anything.
No, I
I
am
wasn't the one
referring to
engaging
Regan,
with you.
not you. No, I'm
Well,
talking to
mentioned
don't
my
worry,
Regan.
name.
don't worry. I'll
You
engage
mentioned
you.
my
Don't
name.
worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Please. Let him go ahead.
Well, our elections, wait, our elections rigged. Our elections rigged.
No, I'll still coming. I'm still coming to that aspect.
Elections are rigged.
Don't worry, I'm
but
still coming.
everybody's counting numbers. This is interesting.
I am still coming to that aspect. Let him answer me this one first.
You want me to answer you what?
I was saying that, right? For you to say that somebody cannot win the election, or don't have a structure to win an election. That's what I refer back to you, that if somebody contests election 2000, let's assume that I contest election 2015 or 2023, and he did not win the election, that doesn't mean that he will not win an upcoming elections. Because the momentum that he gathered in the previous election cannot compare to the momentum that he gathered in this current election that is going to take place. So my advice to you, that you living in a developed country and I know how things works, you shouldn't just come into a public space like this and say this person does not have it. What do you call a structure? If not what is being manipulated, or if not what Nigerians believe that it is. But shouldn't come from someone like you that lives in Canada. Understand? Structure is simply a corruption. Understand? A sharp practices that overturn the will of the people. Because the last election I was an observer. I was an observer, right? And what comes out to that election, APC did not get two election or 2 votes in my unit that I was observing. But at the end of the day, that election turned out to be the APC won in that ward. Is that what you believe to be a structure? Structure to you? So I would have advised that if you believe that Peter Obi will be the best candidate for you, focus on that. Come back to Nigeria and advocate for Peter Obi, because you that live in diaspora will not even vote for Peter Obi. It's just noise you are making. Right. So come back to Nigeria and put vote for Peter Obi. Because we that lives in Nigeria, we are going to, if you check in this box now, almost like 90% of people, they are Soworis. And we believe in him.
This is my time,
we believe. I'm coming.
Hold on, Jimmy, please. Hold on,
they gave me time. They gave me time. I'm feeling that time. When is that time I will stop? Understand?
Yeah, please
90% of
go
us
on,
here. 90% of us here believe in our candidate. And that's the reason why we are trying to educate people. Present his policy, present his view about what a nation building is. A nation building is not a rocket science. It is not what you tell. If a nation building is a rocket science, all the presidents of the world that have institutions, they have a very good structure in their country, they would have failed if it was be a rocket science. That's why I see where you live as a Canada. The president doesn't need to do much. So somebody does not need to enter road and start constructing road as a president. If that's what you feel that a structure is, or if that's how you feel that governance is. That's why I asked you that question. What do you take governance for? Is the governance is something that a leader start entering road and drive students to go and drop them in the school? No. The country already have a constitution. It have structure. It have people that the president need to work with. It is only in Nigeria that governance seems to be rocket science, but in other clients, it's not like that. So believe in your Peter Obi, because Peter Obi have governed this country as a state for 8 years, and he failed woefully. I've been to Anambra, nothing to show for in Anambra. The 90% of youth in Anambra, they are still roaming the street. But people always say that Peter Obi saved money, that somebody else came in and squandered the money. Is that not the money that Obiano wasted and ran away from this country for 8 years? Why didn't Peter Obi use that money to build factory and get Anambra people out of the street to go there and start producing? Right. So please, you focus on Peter Obi, how you can take him to become a president. Allow us to focus on Shogori, how we can take him there to become a president and get the country working for us. Thank you.
And I don't let them run now.
Now, my turn.
Now don't let them run now.
Can we talk about strategizing?
Give me time, host. This is my time, Civic.
Olamide, don't worry, we'll come to that. No one is rushing.
Olamide, hold on. Let Jimmy come up a little bit because I'm hot. Gentle, First of all, I greet everybody. Give me my time.
Please go on. Please go on. You have
Yeah,
your time.
anybody
sir.
who want to run should run away. Nigeria is 300 million. If we are one of them who said he don't want to, let him go. This is not a joke. This is a serious business. Nigeria joke too much. We are not joking. Like what my brother said, who believe on Oshore, let them believe on Oshore. Oshore enter there, no enter there, life continue. Period. My brother, let me tell you, these guys in Canada, I think they have a lot of code in their head. Code is disturbing them. I know these guys. This is the problem we have in Nigeria. Some of the Nigerians in diaspora are the big problem we have. My brother, I know them. It's possible he know me.
Hey,
Because I
wait,
saw-
now, Don, why supposed go? But anyway,
No,
just
wait.
go on.
Hold on, gentle. We go come you for your post, so hold on. Don Wise na me na Don Wise. We are one family. This is revolutionary family. We know the truth. If there's heaven to go in this earth, it's only revolutionary family will go to heaven in that country. The rest people, all of them are hellfire because they will see the truth and deviate for them. Deviate from that truth because Emilio come. Peter Obi follower Sam Emilio come. Emilio come mean our turn. Because who said we should not measure Yoruba Igbo are supposed to fire the Igbo now. But let me pause it. These people sound Emilio come. We are not in a Milocon stage now. What we need, we want to take the Nigeria back. We need somebody who can restart Nigeria. We need somebody who is enemy to the Kabas to restart Nigeria. Who is this person? It's Samoyele. You see all those people bringing Peter Obi come to us, now just a Milocon people, now our turn. No. I'm from Edo State, Oshowore is from Kiribo. You see, say the distance far. Now me find out myself, now me get am. It's only that can separate me and Omoyele because I know what he have in his head. This guy just want to come to Nigeria and reshuffle Nigeria for every goddamn fucking Nigeria. May they carry on with their life. But we are stabbing him. You are bringing Peter Obi to us. Peter Obi who is crying like a baby. Leave it to God. You want to try Peter Obi again for the second time. You will come up and be telling us how many votes Omoyele get. When we know vividly, say, these people they are allocating a vote to Nigerians. The last election they did, they buy somebody for Enugu or Onitsha because he voted for APC. Because the person refused to vote for Peter Obi, they buy that person. The news is there. And we see Peter Obi follower then bribing Nigerians to vote for Peter Obi, which is the Labour Party. It's only a show or they no bribe anybody. Then you are coming out telling us how many votes to say what I get. You know, go film me. Come on, man. Don't say never. Go to London. Go to London. There's a vote they have there. There's an election they have in London for just last week here. The party where they know who expect say they go win, just like Oshowore, they win the big matter now. As me and you they talk. Somebody called me this morning. I said, yes. He said, Jimmy, that is Omoyele you are following. Follow that man. Because what did they see for London for just last week here? The party where they know expect say they go win. They come out. For you to come out to say Oshowore don't go win. Let me tell you, my brother, Oshowore win and Nigeria win, not Oshowore itself. Oshowore is okay. Una leave this man alone. You know, see, you know they care for una. If they do what they do, they go. Now what God send and make God do. We love Oshowore, let us be there. We know there many, but just leave us alone. What do you want to tell me to deceive me, to distract me, say, Omoyele no be am? Nah, lie. Then you need to be very, very careful when you are trying to distract me. If I get something for hand, I go cut your neck because I know what I'm seeing. Nigerians are not ready, host. And the problem the Nigerians have is the Nigerians in diaspora. That is the problem you guys have. I tell now. I based in Germany and I know these guys. These guys, they are the problem we have back home. How can you be calling me? Ask this guy now, why do you love Peter Obi? If we tell you that Peter Obi buy a laptop, Peter Obi renovate school, come on, man, are you crazy? Did Peter Obi buy a laptop with his own pocket money? The answer is no. He buy a laptop with the money he's supposed to use to build houses for your parents. That is the money used to buy a laptop for the student. It's our money and our money. Monsa vote for Peter B because he buy common laptop where my own children they used to play, yeah. You buy laptop for children where no get light for school. What do you think? How do you think that we power the laptop you bought for them? You save money. Anabras are dying. You save money. Are you stupid? Obi people say, I don't know which I will do this guy say because you guys are distracting us. Nigeria discovered Omoyele before Peter Obi. Why would they waste our time? When Omoyele came out for the first time to contest as president, Peter Obi was with Atiku. Everybody know. Why would we deceive ourselves? Peter Obi took Nigeria to River Niger, which is Labour Party. You left Labour Party, now you are going to ADC. From ADC tomorrow, you will see for PDP. If for sure already did those type of things, I will work against him and I will bring him down. People say, Jimmy, are you sure? I say, yes, I'm sure. Because the power I have in my tongues is not the same power you have in your tongues. Oshowore will never do those things. Anytime Oshowore try to work with Peter Obi, I will work against two of them. Because Peter Obi is a darkness and Omoyele is a light. You will never see a darkness and a light, a daytime. You will never see these people. These guys are separated. You see, host, let me tell you one thing. When these guys know that they are going to fail, which is Peter Obi follower, now then you will hear say, Omoyele should go and work with Peter Obi because they are seeing it already that the guy will fail. The guy will fail. Host, I beg, you are doing a nice job. Continue to do what you are doing. Olamide, the rest people, please, let's focus. Omoyele win, no win. Let us try our best. Because the government, they watch us, they are watching us. Let's try our best and follow Omoyele. In win, no win. We know say we don't do our best. And we'll see continue. For them to come and be distracting us, my brother, I think we don't pass that stage. Let us have our base, as Gentle said. Tomorrow I will be on TikTok live. No one come. I invite all of them. No one come aside. May we just sit there as we day so. May we day because now we be the real truthful Nigeria when they see. Because the rest people, my brother, they are confused. I beg, let's build our base, as Gentle said. Tomorrow I will be on live TikTok. Anybody, if you get time, come. May we just sit there as one family, jolly and laugh and say something about Omoyele. Let's give him kudos because he's doing the right job. He's doing the right job, my brother. Look what he's doing now. Look what a lady they refuse to pay money to. He don't chest her now. He's doing the same thing. My brother, if Omoyele become Nigeria president, no police, no soldier will ever touch any Nigeria citizen. I repeat again, no police, no soldier will ever pinch. When you say pinch, if you pinch Nigeria, you are gone. You will be in prison and lose your work. My brother, make we wake up. Because normally we are born with golden spoon. We are blessed. Nigerians are blessed. But we don't have some 30 people who turn Nigeria to hellfire. How can you have a president who is going to France to treat himself? How can you have a president, a governor who is looting your money and bought a house in another country? My brother, are we not ashamed? No, Nigeria, are we not ashamed? For me, it's shame they catch me. Because you don't forget governor or president who is going to Western world to take care of themselves. Then tomorrow you want to tell me that Western world is your problem. My brother, Western world, they are not our problem. If our leader know that Western world is their own problem, they should shout out, they should come, they should talk to us. Say, our Peking, our problem is Western world. Then we will stand and challenge them. But if they are not saying anything, they are looting our money, they are putting us in poverty every day, then nothing, our problem have nothing to do with Western world. Is it Western world say you should not build a road for your own citizens or build hospitals? Is it the Western world ask you to store your resources and bring to them because of residents? My brother, let's do the right thing. If we don't get to 2027, I base the journey. The next year I'm going to Dubai and my life will change. I will just be living my life because I don't feel carrying any ethic for Nigeria matter. We just have only one power now. We have one power. Thank you so much, host.
I greet the full house. So
Welcome, Madam Lady.